There we go. Sorry, this stupid, shitty program that I'm working with, man. All right. Sorry, guys. I've sorry about the initial first few minutes there. Can't believe the shitty technology we work with these days, you know. Anyway, all good. Back live. So, you know, thanks to all the guys sharing the results. That's what I said in the beginning. We're going to have a nice short call again. And we're going to be just covering a small little update that we made to the system. And that's going to be on the baseline wick trader strategy. So here we go. All right, perfect. So with our continuous strategy, so it's basically very similar to the baseline wick trader strategy. And for convenience, I've actually put a link in here to a document, which is also going to form the template document for this. So if I load that up on another page, it's actually going to bring together, it's going to bring up a document like this. And this is going to just give you some decent notes about how to use this, the strategy, how to use the optimizations on it. So that is basically all covered over here. So it basically starts off with marking all slots as false and only using the slot that you're currently in for optimization. But read through this because it's very handy to understand, you know, how this actually works. And then obviously we've got our templates below over here, which are the ones that we're going to be using on our game plan for the week ahead. Okay, so, you know, just looking at the strategy, as you can see, it's got a few different slots in it. It's got up to 7 slots. And that's because, you know, all different times of the trading day, there's different volatility. So, you know, it only makes sense to trade different parts of the day differently, right? Because it's all, you know, different, you know, periods of the day with volatility. So you'll see, like, this is the template number 1 that I've optimized. You'll see I've got only one of the slots marked as false because, you know, I didn't get good settings for that specific slot, so I just turned it off, which is what you can do. So when you're optimizing, you can choose your profit target and your stop loss for each slot. And, you know, that's a dollar value that's going to be in play. And then you've also got your setting A and setting B and tick delay for each of the slots that you're currently working within. So they can be optimized individually. And, you know, you've also got your time. So your slot start and slot end times. Those are very specific, related to each slot that you are within with the A and B settings. So all individually optimized. With the signals, these apply to all of the slots. And then we've got, you know, our stop ticks and target ticks. So they are also for each individual slot. So you can choose very specific slot, stop ticks and target ticks for each of them. So each one you can have individually and obviously optimize them accordingly. The first entry, second entry, third and fourth, they apply to all of them, obviously, all the slots. And same goes with the tick distance between the slots. Then we've got an overall start time and an end time and our blackout times, as well as trading days of the week. So this is the first optimization that was produced. And, you know, that's how we are looking at there. So this is our start of the trading day. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate, hey, bastards. We came probably within about 10 ticks of hitting our targets over there. And hit our stops. But anyway, this is our game plan so far today. So if I bring up the strategy, like this is what the strategy has done so far today. And I'm actually applying, I'm running all of these charts on one account, all the strategies on one account. So that's why you're going to see different limit orders all over the place. Sometimes it'll look like it's flat, but actually there's buy and sell orders in play over there. So this is basically what our game plan is going to look like for the week ahead. So these 4 charts, and as usual, we do have the game plan document. I'll just bring that up very quickly over here on my side. So again, it's just, you know, giving explanation of what we are looking at over there. With what the charts look like. and that in action. So as you'll see, the strategy will take positions with its stops and targets. So the NQ, and so all the contracts this week are only going to enter individual contracts. So all the entries are going to be individual contracts. So we're not going to see like multiple contracts for every entry. So, one and one. So a lot of the funding companies allow up to 2 contracts to enter, for your strategies. And another thing too that you'll notice is when I maximize this, you're still able to pause all of your strategies. So if you are watching your strategies live at any time of the day and you want to just pause temporarily, you can actually do that. And even if settings are updated, your strategies will still be paused for that time. And then obviously you can click on resume also. That's to pause and resume all of them. If you want to individually pause a strategy, you can do that on the left-hand buttons over here. You'll see that in the buttons on the left over here, or the sliders, there used to be sliders underneath. So what I've done for this is I've just taken away the sliders temporarily, because they're just it's just simpler to not have them at this stage. But they're still going to show you the specific values of what the current setting A is, what the current setting B is, what the current tick delay is, and it's going to show you which slot you are in. So the time of the slots are going to be within there also. So that's a good look at what it looks like. And obviously it's early. It's still early. It's only 8 p.m. The market's only been open for 2 hours. Not looking the greatest so far, but we were a bit unlucky over there. We'll see what happens with the rest of the trading day. So I'm going to be pushing settings through as we go, updating settings if they need to be updated, and I think we sorted. So that's basically what I wanted to cover on the call. I didn't want to go into a lot of detail with regards to the strategies. And the whole idea of these Sunday calls is just providing results from the previous week and our game plan for the week ahead, and a bit of an idea around that. So that's basically it for our call. So thanks, guys. There's going to be small updates coming through during the week, possibly with regards to just some user questions regarding just optimization. So we'll be looking at that. But yeah, let's see how these strategies go this week. Please continue posting your results in the chats. They're very helpful. Just to keep you accountable too, and then just have a record for our results. We might just watch this for a few minutes and just see what this looks like. As you can see at the moment, our MNQ, so we've got sell orders in play and buy orders in play. So the market looks like it's flat at the moment, but actually you've got buys and sells in play, and their stops and targets. So when either of their stops and targets are hit, then it'll show you the remaining orders. So even though the market looks like it's flat now, it's not actually flat. So that is a way of that's what happens when you're trading on one account and you have two strategies that are entering different positions. So you'll also notice on our MNQ that I've got a flat baseline chart as one of our game plan charts. So you'll see how that looks. It's just a 62 chart. We can find some historical positions. We can quickly look at how that looks like. So they're just going to be entering trades on the wicks, and then basically targeting price, as the price breaks between the wicks. So that's the idea behind that. And then we also have a trending baseline as part of our strategies this week, which is going to be our 62. So this one's already had a few trades. So if I go strategy performance and I go real time, you'll see this one's already entered 5 trades for 144. And you'll see that, those are the entries so far today. So this is what the strategy has entered so far. entered a 625, 713, 713, 750, 750. So you can see those are the current entries that this strategy has run for today. With their profit targets, their strategies hit. So that's how this is going to work. So I thought of just incorporating a few different values of bar charts so that you guys can load up your own optimizations too. So a very quick one too. When you're looking at a template like this, so say for example you load up, you go to template and you go load, and you load up one of the 4 optimizations over here. If you want to go and edit that yourself and you want to go and use it as a base for your own optimizations, just untick this box over here that says use auto optimize feature, and just make this as none. And then template, save this as, and then you can call it, I don't know, template 1, whatever you want to say, like that. And then what will happen is it won't be overwritten by the script. And then you can go and adjust your profit targets for the slots. You can go and re-optimize. You might even want to change a bar size, your specific days, but at least this gives you a basis to work from, for your own personalized optimizations. Okay, so I thought we'll just look at this a few more minutes. We'll give it another 2 minutes and then we'll end the call there. And we'll see how this, we haven't had the absolute greatest start, especially with the NQ hitting its stop early over here. So that's the only one that's currently down. So we'll see if this goes. And we've got 60 targets and 100 stops in this specific slot. So we haven't got a very big, there's not a very huge difference between the stops and the targets. So we're not going to have a major, you don't have to have a very, very high percentage to make up any losses overall. It's not like where you got a 20 target and a 150 stop. You need to have a lot more consistency with that. With hitting the targets to make up for any of the losses. So, pretty good system. During the trading day, if you are looking at your signal charts and you are watching what the strategy is doing and what the signal chart is doing, and you want to enter your own manual trades on the side, that's also a really good idea. Because very often you're going to notice that the percentage of the trades entered by the strategies are going to be very high. So there's a very good chance that when the strategy enters a position and your signal chart is lined up, that's going to be a very, very high probability entry for your own manual trading. Okay. All right, well, it's no use watching this. We had so much action over there for a few minutes. I don't know what happened, but it was like crazy up and down movement. And then, we're currently just in a little bit of a price range at the moment. This is right at the bottom of the range now. These targets for this one, hopefully they will hit. There we go. So there's the one on the NQ. We at a recent low here, so we'll see if this one hits. This strategy has historically shown a very high result. So if I go strategy performance, real time and historical, we'll see it does have a pretty decent history over here of performance. So let's see how that actually progresses. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Again, please make sure you're posting your results and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Cheers.